I want to talk about, how to stay mentally sane at work. And as we go into the video, I think you get what I'm trying to say. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Adioluwa Jimo, also known as AJ, and I'm a management consultant based in Lagos, Nigeria. As you can see, I'm also a part-time YouTuber when I try to record videos for you. Welcome back. Okay, so let's get right into the video. The point is actually just to share my experience and hope someone learns from it, and I just hope it blesses you basically. Preach, sister. Okay, so back to the video. I want to talk about how to stay mentally sane at work, and I think an alternate title would be how to perform your best at work, right? And I'll explain over like my brief work experience. I've realized that you actually function better when you function from a place of rest and relaxation, right? So imagine when you go to work and you're well rested, you're calm mentally, you're able to approach work with a new zeal. You're able to understand what's the problem that you've been asked to solve and really apply yourself, apply your mind, solving that problem from a place of relaxation. But when you're operating from a place of stress, anxiety, it's gonna be tough. It's going to be very, very tough, right? It's going to be very tough for you to actually function your best, because you might get the job done, but was that your best, right? It wasn't. So I'll just give you a brief story, and then I'll tell you some quick tips that have helped me to perform my best at work, and then we'll end the video. No need for too much talk, right? Okay, so let's get right into it. So a brief story, right? A couple of months back, I was working on a particular project and I was under a lot of pressure, which is not surprising for my line of work, right? I was under a lot of pressure, and I just found out that I was working longer hours than I would normally work, right? I was working long hours, but I still wasn't getting the job done as I would want to get it done, right? Like I was still making reports, making slides, right? But it wasn't my optimal. I was just like, okay, Adi. you know when you do that self-talk to yourself, you're like, Adi, take a step back. Take a couple of steps back. Run back. And take a step back, what's the issue? What's the source? So I think the first thing would be to identify the source of the pressure. So in some cases, the source of the pressure might be external or internal. So what do I mean by external or internal? External is maybe it's your manager or your co-worker, or just the office environment in general, right? So when it's external, that there is not a lot I can do to stop this pressure since it's from external sources. But what I can do is to manage how I react to the external pressure. Do you get it? But when it's internal, if you know that this sort of pressure is internal, maybe I'm the one putting undue stress. So remember I said undue stress. So maybe you're being hard on yourself. Yeah, being extremely hard on yourself, right? Yeah, because sometimes we are biggest critics, right? Literally, sometimes we are biggest critics. So if it's internal pressure, then you can even do more to mitigate it. So let me just give you some tips and tricks to how to mitigate external pressure. Actually, back to my story. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I didn't have a script for this video, but I was like, I have to do it at this point in time because I just wanted to let it out there, right? Okay. So I realized that it was really a combination of both external and internal pressure. So it was external in the sense of I was reading meaning into things. So I was seeing things that were not as though they were. But I was reading meaning into things like that. The meanings that were not there, literally. And I just found out that I need to just stop, ask for clarity. If I'm not sure on what to do, ask for clarity, ask your manager, ask your colleagues, right? Find allies in your workplace that you can easily ask for help, right? Thankfully, I work in a place where, there's a lot of the culture is great, right? So I can easily ask for help, right? So make sure that you are not carrying burdens that you don't have to carry. I'm sorry that sounded a bit deep, but yeah, make sure you're not carrying burdens that you don't have to carry, right? So ask for help, ask your colleagues for help. Make sure you're leveraging the resources that you have around you, right? So for me, back to my story, I was working long hours trying to get a job. I was like, okay, wait, are they, people around you have done this sort of thing that you're trying to do before. Ask them for help, right? So I was literally in everybody's business. I was like, hey, do you have 5 minutes? Could I borrow 5 minutes of your time? Could you help me? Like could we brainstorm on this together? Could we think about this together? Like, I was in everybody's space, and literally I got the job done, right? And I even got a feedback that we saw that you really leverage people around you to get the job, like good work, right? Because no man is an island, right? No man has all the knowledge, right? So even having that humility to ask people for help, leverage people that you have around you, like, will take a lot of stress from you. When I say a lot, it will take a lot of stress from you. Like, raise your hand more often, right? So when I say raise your hand more often. Like, okay, sorry, this is not clear. Sorry, is there a better way we can do this? Sorry, I think we can do this way, right? Like, all these little things would just help you manage the stress. So this is when the pressure is both a bit of external and internal. But now let's go to the other side of the coin, right? So when you're faced with external pressure, so maybe in terms of maybe unrealistic deadlines, people just wanting an arm, a leg, a tooth from you, work with what you can control. Just try to communicate. I think my default will always be over communicate, right? Don't assume your manager or your colleagues know what you're working on part-time. Communicate, okay, I'm going to do this by this time. I want to focus on the problem this way. I want to approach it this way. This is my proposed solution. What do you think? Like, try to get their buy-in earlier on, right? And always make sure you're calm. You're calm. You respond from a place of calmness, right? All right. I want to just share a couple of tips that have helped me, just stay mentally sane at work. A couple of tips that just helped me, perform my best at work, basically. I think the first one, and this goes without saying, make sure you rest. Like, you're like, how many of you are like, Ade, you brought us here, you called us to your YouTube channel, come and tell us to rest. It's like I have to remind you people. Because why are you working and you're not resting? Like, when I say rest, like, actually disconnect, right? It's one thing to say, okay, I'm just taking a break this weekend, but you're not disconnecting. Your mind, you're thinking about work, you're thinking about what you have to do on Monday. You're not actually disconnecting. Like, take time. Like, what I always do, I'll just share my own experience. What I always do, I make sure that my weekends, right, I curate it with the things I like to do, right? So I like to stay at home, I like to watch movies, I like to eat, I like to see friends. Like, so I do like things that I enjoy, right? So I'm not under pressure to go and be like, my form of rest is not outside. My form of rest is inside, and that's fine, right? And so I make sure that my weekends I feel the things that I like to do. My form of rest is going to church. Like, I don't miss that, right? So ensure that during the weekends and even weeknights, right, you just take time out to actually disconnect from work, so that when you're coming back to work on Monday, right, you are refreshed, you are, you're alive. Because, like, it's better for you, it's better for your employer. Like, they get the best of you that way, literally. Like, they get the best of you when you're well rested. So make sure you rest. I think the next thing I want to say is give yourself grace, right? So what do I mean when I say give yourself grace? I think it's in terms of, don't compare yourself to others, right? So maybe in your workplace you have maybe 5 people that you guys are on the same level, and you guys have like similar job descriptions, right? It's easy to start comparing yourselves to others, right? Now, don't get me wrong, you can be inspired by maybe someone in your workplace that is a very good performer and aspire to want to be more like them. That's fine, right? That's fine to always have people you look up to and you want to learn from, definitely. But when I say don't compare yourself to others, I mean recognize that you have your own unique strengths. And see, I'm not doing aspire to perspire. Like, actually recognize that you have your own unique strengths, right? You have they hired you for a reason, right? And sorry, this is focused a little bit on people that are employed. You might have your own business, but I have my own business, so I can't really speak to that, right? But I'm sure some of this will be transferable. But back to what I was saying, like you have your own unique strengths. You have so focus on that, right? Like while you know what you need to work on, focus on your strengths, hone in on that, but also at the same time try to improve on maybe your areas for development, right? So it's a balance on, okay, knowing that, okay, I'm good at quant, right? I'm good at, if you give me numbers, I'm fine with that, honing on that, but at the same time, get better at the maybe the more, would I say, qualitative aspect, right? So I'm giving a lot of consulting lingua. But yeah, right, so don't compare yourself to others, give yourself grace. Also, another aspect of giving yourself grace is recognizing your own growth, right? The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself, right? So when I say give yourself grace, are you actually growing, right? So have you taken steps to grow that would enable you even be a better performer and be less under stress? Because I found that sometimes you just need some time to just grow. Like sometimes that's what you need. Like you just need time to grow. Like literally, I've been on my job for like, let's say 18 months, and how I was performing when day one is not how I'm performing now, right? I've obviously grown, and that's the natural cycle. Like imagine if at day one I came in and I was like, oh my god, I'm not performing how people 2 years above me are performing. I'm comparing myself to them. Like, well, I'll just give myself serious anxiety, and like that would not be helpful for anybody. Not be helpful for my employer. It would be helpful for me, right? So, giving myself grace, actually, okay, see, this is what I'm meant to be doing by now. I'm giving myself time to learn it. I'm taking steps to learn it. I'm not just being, so I'm not encouraging you to be lazy. I'm not just being like, okay, I'll just stay, I can do battle by myself. I won't, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying give yourself grace, take the steps that you need to grow, but in the growth process, right? Understand that you're not where you used to be. Understand that it's a journey, it's a learning process, right? And understand that as you have strengths, you also have things you need to improve on. And so while you hone in on your strengths, also try to grow, try to do better at things at areas that you need to improve, right? So like I think that would really help, right? So that would really help to just take some of that mental strain like away from you at work. Third thing I would say is your days, right? Like, so I know I talked about resting during the weekend, but like even during the day, like again, I'm giving my own example. I found out that days where I'm more active. Sorry, I'm not about to preach fitness yet. Well, okay, be fit, but days where I'm more active, like in the morning, like maybe just go for a walk, go for a run, do a bit of exercise in the mornings, like it helps me, clear my head that morning, and be more energized to actually work, like to be more even physically energized to work, right? So incorporating a bit of all that, like, will just help you do better your day, right? During the day, take lunch breaks. Like, I know a lot of people, maybe I'm speaking from, yeah, I know a lot of people that, like, you are working all day, you're like, oh my god, I forgot to eat. Like, please, how do you forget to eat? How do you forget to eat? Me, even if I'm stressed, I'll be like, maybe just eat. Maybe when I eat, it will come to me. Let me just take a break. Let me just eat. Once I eat there, because when I just go and eat, I found out that okay, I'm more refreshed, I'm more energized. But really, like, don't skip, just skip meals. Take good care of your physical health, and most times, that would translate to your mental health. Like, actually, like most times it translates to your mental health, because like when you feel good physically, you tend to also feel good mentally. Rhymes. So guys, I know I've rambled a bit. I'm sorry for the noise again. Like, as I'm here battling with like wind and everything, there's a party going on next door, and I'm just like, can I catch a break? Like, okay, so I'm wrapping up this video very soon. I know I might have rambled a bit like during this video, but I just hope you get the heart of what I'm trying to say, right? Just rest, like, calm down, relax. It's going to be okay. Like, don't stress yourself too much, right? Work hard, get better at your job, but just take steps back, right? Just learn to just relax, rest, operate from a place of rest, right? Don't operating from a place of anxiety never helps anyone, right? So just try to take like practical steps that can just help you, work, like get through your work and actually thrive, right? Because you don't just want to just survive at work, you want to also thrive, right? Like, you want to thrive, you want to enjoy what you're doing and actually contribute to your workplace, right? So just I hope I've helped. I hope, even though you might have known all the things I'm saying, like, just hearing it again, I just reminded you to just relax, calm down. Okay, so I've come to the end of this video, you guys. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you share. Don't be stingy. Like, can you not see that? Can you not see all I've gone through for this video? Help my ministry, so that when I come next, I'm like, hi guys, I'm AJ, I'm a management consultant and a YouTuber. I can say it to my chest. Now if I say I'm a YouTuber, I'm not yet saying to my chest. Please let me know if you have any questions. Like, comment down below what you want me to talk about. If you have any questions related to my previous videos, this one, any tips and tricks you would like me to share, I'm here for you. Okay, so bye guys. Bye. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.